Joy and welcome to my studio. Today we're working on our hair clip pumpkins, and we've got one that's even a jack-o'-lantern if you want to use it for the holidays. They're real cute in your hair for little people as adults as well. You can use a lot of leftovers to make them. Let's get started. Today we're working on our pumpkin hair clips, and when I went out I was looking for this part just right here and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I ended up finding it later on after I purchased my barrettes over in the jewelry section of the craft section at Walmart, Michael's. Anybody like that should have them, but if you can go to the Dollar Tree and get a 3-pack, you can use these just as well. So don't think that that's all you can use. The design on this is not something I want to show, and also this is very, very slick. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by gluing leaves which are absorbent onto it, and then this will stick to this. But if you put the pumpkin directly onto this piece, it's not going to stay very long because the pumpkin is not absorbent as well. It's not an absorbent material. It'll kick that off. Now, you could wear these for Thanksgiving, but I thought while we were at it, let's go ahead and do a Halloween one. Let's just do a little simple jack-o'-lantern on here, and this is just really simple, however you want to do it. There is no right or wrong, and you could even put it on the other side as well, however you think it should go. Or if you want to just do it for fall, you don't need to do it for Halloween. That's just what I am working with here and thought I'd give you an option. So we've got a little nose here, and we're gonna put in a little mouth. Got some weird layers here. This is an Identi-Pin, and it will not bleed when you go to varnish it, but you also can varnish first and then do your Sharpie or permanent marker on top. So I would kind of recommend that. The only reason we're going to really varnish is to help the glitter probably stay on. Otherwise there's no need for that. So that's just a personal opinion if you want to do it. If it's just to have fun and you're only going to wear them a couple times, don't worry about it. So, we've got our little guy here. I got to do eyebrows. I've always done eyebrows. I used to do eyebrows and cheeks and ears and all kinds of fun things. So we've turned him into a pumpkin one now. And the next thing you got to think about is which direction that he is going to be, because you're going to glue him on. Now I'm going to first put this little leaf on. I am going with a hotter glue gun. You can try the lower setting, but I have my fingertips on to help protect me here. I might have to switch hands with them, we'll see. Now you can do 1 or 2 leaves here on the side. We want to try and cover this up as much as possible, so you can kind of think about where your pumpkin sits, and go ahead and go for it. The reason I'm doing it a little bit hotter is so that I can have work time with these. I put a little bit on this sleeve so it's not just on the bottom, because by now I would be totally dry. Okay, now you can decide if you want 2 more leaves. This one I did 2 on one side and 3 little guys on the other side, but these colors are really great, and I put glitter on them, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute here. I'm trying to figure which way the back doesn't show. You could put another leaf, small leaf under it if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna go for it and just put this guy on. And I think that'll cover up enough here that nothing else will show. Okay, so another thing that I did is I like the little bit of sparkle on my leaf, and you could have done this before we put them on, but I've got them on so I don't have to worry about them drying and laying around and then moving them. I'm just using puffy paint, gold glitter, and I'm simply just going to run it lightly down the veins. And we're just going to go ahead and do all of them at once here. You can do as little or as much as you want, but we're going to smear them so they're going to be more so even when we get done here. And the ones that are underneath, don't worry, they're not going to show, so don't worry about those. Okay, I'm going to take my finger and I am going to just rub that just a little bit. These leaves are really deep. They're inset. I really like that. Most leaves are really flat and I don't care for that as much. This gives it more movement, makes it fun, looks probably more like a real leaf. And then if you want to add that extra little sparkle, what girl doesn't like an extra little sparkle? The guys too, you can like sparkle. I know so many guys that hate glitter, but if you come to my house, you better beware. Even the dog wears glitter at our house. He's usually under me when we're working. Okay, so we've got that. And if you wanted to shake any off, you could, but there's going to be such little parts that it's not funny. We're going to glue on our jack-o'-lantern. I've decided that this person is wearing their hair in a ponytail or however you want it to go. Put that on there. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of tentacles to our piece just to give it movement. And these are just berry picks, usually what they call them, just to give it some movement and life here. You can do as few as you like or as many as you like, and you don't have to do any at all if you don't want to. So that's totally an option. That's up to you. And I kind of curl them and twist them. I don't leave them straight. If you've ever seen the curly vines, they're not straight. And I'm trying to tuck it to the side or up underneath this pumpkin as much as I possibly can here. And I am going to do one more. I'm going to grab a yellow one here, but see, I'm going to cut him in half because he doesn't need all of that length. That's way too long. And I'm going to put him in on this side. Get my hands to work that direction. Okay, you could add more or less to him if you decided to. You also could, if you were able to, put a little bit around the top of the pumpkin. I'm going to try that in a minute, but first I want to add some glitter to the pumpkin itself. So I'm going to come in again with my puffy paint. And we're just going to put it here and there. We're not going to put it on his face. A little bit around the edges. This is, again, we just want to give it that magical little feel. especially if this is used for Halloween. Okay. And I'm going to use this as glue, and I'm going to put a bigger glitter on there. That's octagon, and I really like that. It just gives it a bigger feel of just it stands out, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. And so we don't want these again in lines. We want these kind of smoothed out. And we already talked about if you wanted to varnish them, you'd use gloss probably or satin, but if you do the glitter is more gloss, so something to think about. I just wet my finger and put some of these just on the individual parts that I wanted, so it's not everywhere like the other piece, and I'm not wasting a lot of it here. I'm just kind of putting it on there. That's more than plenty. I have one little spot. I got to get some glue. I would like, there we go. If you can't find tiny glitter, look in the fingernail section. You'd be surprised at the glitter that you find there. Now, I was going to try something here. This may not work. We'll find out in a minute. I'm just going to twist this guy on and try to put him on the stem. Let's see if this works or not here. I'm going to have to undo my fingers a little bit here to get in. And make him just a little bit bigger. And then curl him off at the top. And you could either leave him like that, or you could put a dot of glue underneath that to hold that on. But isn't that just darling? Real quick, real simple, and fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little video for you today. Give us a thumbs up, tell us you liked the video, and subscribe so we can continue to grow and bring you more fun projects like this. God bless.